Hey everyone, welcome back. Now, when I was just recently down in Florida, you guys have already seen several of the adventures of some of the things that have come by. I still have tons of stuff still in the trickle trunk for you guys down the road. But one thing I did a lot of right off the gate is literally as soon as I got off the plane, I was picked up by a dear friend, Grant Eder, and we went collecting. We were literally collecting within half an hour of being whisked away from the airport, and that is absolutely the perfect intro to going into Florida. So we caught all sorts of neat little things. We went to two different spots on 2 days, and we caught a bunch of neat little stuff. But I had my cameras, I had my nets, I had my snake hooks. We didn't see any snakes whatsoever. We didn't see any gators whatsoever because it was a little bit cold and we were a little bit more north up near Tampa and stuff, but we still saw lots and lots of cool stuff. We saw some neat bugs, we saw some neat fish. So let's take a peek at some of the stuff that we saw while we were down there. Our first stop was Hunter's Lake. This is a 400 plus acre grassland marsh lake located in the southwest corner of Hernando County. It was called Hunter's Lake because it used to be a prime hunting area, but now hunting is completely restricted. While fumbling through the grass, I came across this incredible animal, Anisomorpha buprestoides. Now, most stick insects are generally harmless. However, this particular species has two small glands that allow it to accurately spray a very toxic chemical about 2 to 3 feet into the eyes of a potential predator. Of course it does, Florida. Of course it does. But I'm very thankful it didn't view me as a predator, and I let it go safely on its way. These large areas of marsh and collect all sorts of fabulous Florida species. Grant told me that he has yet to find a non-endemic or an invasive species here at this location. But you'll find all sorts of cool things such as the golden top minnow, which is truly a killifish, Fundulus chrysotis. This is absolutely perfect habitat for them. And we found these incredible ones that had these beautiful red spots. Okay, what did you all catch?
I don't know.
Golden top meadows, American flagfish,
Molly.
some mollies, keelies, I don't know.
That was one scoop. I got a booter.
Of course, the always popular fire ant nests are absolutely everywhere. Trust me, if you've never been bit by one, you don't want to be. We saw all sorts of unique plants. We saw some Drosera, some native Droseras. Those little red things are native Droseras. One of the incredible carnivorous plants known as sundews. Just fascinating to see them here in the wild. This here is a coveted aquarium plant. This is Eriacolon capressum. There it is in flower. It's a Florida native. Just great habitat for all sorts of unique species. Now that one that looks a little bit burnt at the bottom there is another well-known aquarium plant. It's like a sedge. It grows in this fan shape. It's called xeris. In one of the pulls of the net, we came up with this obscure gelatinous-looking algae glob. That's it kind of in the background there. But even more cooler is these different species of bladderworts. Bladderworts are true carnivorous plants. And you can see the little tiny pockets, the little capsules along the stems. We originally thought that green one was water milfoil, but when you see the little pockets all along it, it's a carnivorous plant and eats little tiny microinvertebrates. Absolutely fascinating plants to see. I would have loved to have been able to bring some of this stuff home, but just wasn't in the cards. And as you can see, we're starting to lose light, and in some of the last pulls over by the boat ramp, we found a newt. Cool little newt. In looking it up, I believe it to be a native notophthalmus species of newt. Incredible. But we're losing light, on to the next spot. Our next location was the incredible Buford Springs. It's in the Chassa-Hawitska Wildlife Management Area, and it's more known for this incredible cave diving system that it has here. It attracts scuba divers from all over the world. It's one of the highlights of the Florida diving in the Florida Springs. This is the entrance to those caves. From a Florida Springs standpoint, it's not as overly attractive, but for a diver, this is one of the best. But that's not why I'm here. We're here to just collect and see what the area has to offer for unique stuff. I just love looking at these habitats with all these ferns and different plants growing on a tree. This is just stuff that I just absolutely love. But looking into the forest, this spring floods out into the forest. And you can see it just off the side of the path. And it's everywhere. And it's lots and lots of tannin-rich water from all the leaf litter that is a part of it. You can find all sorts of species here of live bears, killies, warmouth, all sorts of fascinating native Florida species. It's just an absolute gorgeous area to collect. You see the cypress stumps, they're all throughout it. But it's within a foot of the walk path. You can dip net to your heart's content and catch all sorts of things. Here you see that leaf litter. And growing amongst the leaf litter, another common aquarium plant, Ludwigia repens, beautiful red Ludwigia. Just thriving in this type of habitat. Just pristine, natural habitats. These things should be the things that you should take inspiration from in setting up your home aquariums.
All right, so we got about 112 to 113 conductivity or total dissolved solids. So basically just testing the total mineral content in the water. And it's a little bit lower than I thought it would be.
Now just look at the density of this Ludwigia as it grows in these flooded areas. And this is what it's like collecting here. Using our trusty dip nets, we just do a nice hard pull through all that leaf litter, and then comes the challenging part, sifting through all those leaves and so forth to look for the fish. The fish here are very, very abundant. We did find all sorts of stuff. Some stuff a little bit different than the other one, which I'll show you in a minute, and a lot of the similar species that we found at the other locations. Both of these locations are both within the same county, yet the habitats are vastly different. Just sifting through all this leaf litter and mulm, we found all sorts of grass shrimp. But it's a little bit more work than you would be at the other location.
I mean, even if you wanted to pinch me, it's not going to hurt.
Yeah, it's
Probably won't
soft
even
still.
hold.
The carapace is still soft.
Oh yeah, super squishy. So this would be easy prey for some of the bigger fish.
The Florida molly was abundant in this area, Basilia latipina. We caught them by the netfuls. Still an absolutely beautiful native species to Florida. And then we also found several of the bluefin killie, Lucania goodii. And we found some more newts. Amphibians worldwide are in such rapid decline, so finding healthy ones, like this juvenile that still has its gill membranes in the wild, is amazing and wonderful to see. It's a sign that this environment is not only healthy, but thriving. But you know me, just being able to spend time out in nature, different environments that I would see near my home. Look at the leaf litter, all this different types of leaf litter on the ground. The things you can do with your vivariums, your isopods, your aquariums. Absolutely breathtaking. Magnolia pods. These beautiful different types of fungus, so colorful, and mushrooms and stuff. Absolutely loved it. So thank you kindly to the Eder family, Grant, Shelby, and their two wonderful kids who took me on this marvelous adventure through these incredible habitats to catch all sorts of wonderful things. Thank you very much, my friends. Until next time, everyone, take care.